It's just a public service announcement.
Are you tired of hearing about the coronavirus?
Coronavirus!
Well, it's real.
I'm telling you, it's real.
Here's what I want you all to do for me. Check this out, man.
Don't panic. If you're sick, stay home.
Stay away from me if you're contagious.
Stay at least 6 feet away from others.
The most dangerous disease.
Coronavirus!
Wash your hands frequently and practice good hygiene.
Stand and show these people what time it is, boy.
We can stop the spread of the virus.
Coronavirus!
Tell me your mouth. Say it.
You're contagious.
So stay home. Stop the spread. Save lives. Most importantly, let's check on our elderly.
Word up. You ain't going out like that.
Don't
We're here to keep you informed.
Coronavirus! It's getting real!
believe the hype.
In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.
Don't believe the hype.
One thing about music, when it hit, you feel no pain. White folks say it controls your brain. I know better than that. That's game, man. We ready for that. 2 soldiers head of the pack. Matter of fact, who got the gat and where my army at? Rather attack and not react. Back to beats, it don't reflect on how many records get sold on sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Whether your project's put on hold in the real world. These just people with ideas. They just like me and you when the smoke and cameras disappear again. The real world is bigger than all these fake ass records. Wait, po folks got the millions and my woman's disrespected. If you check 1, 2, my word of advice to you is just relax. Just do what you got to do. If that don't work, then kick the facts. If you a fighter, rider, bada, flame igniter, crowd exciter, or you wanna just get high, then just say it. But then if you a lie, pants on fire, wolf cry, agent with a Y, I'm gon' know it when I play it. It's bigger than hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip. It's bigger than hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip hop.
Who shot Biggie Smalls? If we don't get them, they gon' get us all. I'm down for running up on them crackers in they city hall. We ride for y'all, all my dogs, stay real. Nigga, don't think these record deals gon' feed your season, pay your bills because they not. MCs get a little bit of love and think they hot. Talking about how much money they got. Nigga, all y'all records sound the same. I'm sick of that fake thug R&B rap scenario all day on the radio. Same scenes in the video, monotonous material. Y'all don't hear me though. These record labels slang our tapes like dope. You could be next in line and sign and still be writing rhymes and rope. You would rather have a Lexus or justice, a dream or some substance, a beamer, a necklace or freedom. Still nigga like me don't play, hey, I just stay awake. This real hip hop, and it don't stop till we get the popo off the block. They call it hip hop, hip hop.
You're checking out the sounds of DJ Crazy Ed.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Said one more time. This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. You see, man made the cars to take us over the roads. Man made the train carry the heavy loads. Man made the electric light take us out of the dark. Man made a boat for the water, like Noah made the ark. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girls and a baby boys. 'cause man make them toys. And after man make everything he can, man makes money to buy from other man. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
Checking out the sounds of DJ Crazy Ed.
I'm black, whether I'm poor or rich or poor, dog, it's all the same shit. I'm black, even though my skin's kinda light, that mean my ancestors was raped by somebody white. I'm black, whether I'm poor or rich or poor, dog, it's all the same shit. I'm black, even though my skin's kinda light, that mean my ancestors was raped by somebody white. I'm black, so I like to sing, dance, and crack jokes, eat good food and be around black. I'm black, so I like the oldies on Sundays, drink all night and still go to work Monday. I'm black, so I like my kids looking real nice, 'cause I've been poor and I know what it feels like. I'm black, and I'ma say it loud like James Brown, people be proud 'cause we all up in the game now. I'm black, and I'ma hold my right fist real high, might see my man and we might get real high. I'm black, and I know it and I ain't afraid to show it. I'm black, and I'm a genius and a motherfucking poet, you know it.
So proud to be just who I am, so proud to say that I'm me. So proud to be just who I am, so proud to be so free. I'm so proud to say that I made it. I'm black. Through all of the struggle and the hatred. I'm black. And I'm not afraid to say I'm black. You know,
Checking out the sounds of DJ Crazy Ed.
I rap for listeners, blunt heads, fly ladies and prisoners, Hennessy holders and old school niggas, then I be dissing her. Unofficials that mo woolly tie. I dropped out of coolie high, gas the bar, cocaine, cutie pie, jungle survivor, fuck who's the lava. My man put the battery in my back, a difference from energizer. Sentence begins to dent it. With formality, moderation's infinite. Money-wise, a physiology. Poetry, that's a part of me. Retardedly, Bob, I dropped the ancient manifested hip-hop. Straight off the block, I reminisce of Park Chance. My man was shot for a sheep coat. Chocolate blessing make me see him dropping my weed smoke. It's real, grew up in trife life. The times of white lines, the hype pipes. Murderous night times, the night fights and bright crimes. Chill on the block with cognac, strap. With my peeps that's in the drug money market interact. No sign of the beast and a blue Chrysler. I guess that means peace for niggas. No shiesty vice to just snipe ya. Start up the dice, roll a match for crap to CeeLo. With side bets, so roll the deuce, nothing below. Peace God, now the shit is explained. I'm taking niggas on a trip straight through memory lane. It's like that, y'all. It's like that, y'all.
I testified, my mama cried. Black people died when the other man lied. See the TV, listen to me, double trouble. I overhaul and I'm coming from the lower level. I'm taking tabs, show enough stuff to grab like shirts in a hearse with a neck to wreck. Took a poll cause our soul took control from the education of a TV station. But look around, here goes the sound of the record ball, boom and pound. When I shut them down, shut them down.
You checking out the sounds of DJ Crazy Ed.
Hold it now. Oh. Come on. Hold it now. Hold it now. Hold it now. Hold it now. Oh. Come on. Hold it now. Come on.
Another beat rock remix. Check it out. Check it out. Get funky.
I testified, my mama cried. Black people died when the other man lied. See the TV, listen to me, double trouble. I overhaul and I'm coming from the lower level. I'm taking time, show enough stuff to grab like shirts in a hearse with a neck to wreck. Took a pole cause our soul took control education of a TV station. But look around, here go the sound of a record ball, boom and pound. When I shut them down, I shut them down. I shut them down. I shut them down. I shut them down.
You checking out the sounds of DJ Crazy Ed.
Want the slice, want the pie, why is why, till we fry, watching song, stand alive, folks like the devil's pie, drugs and thugs, women, wine, 3 or 4 at a time, watch them all, stand alive, folks like the devil's pie. Who am I, justify, all you, in our eye, I myself, feel the high, of all that I despise. Behind the jail or in the grave, have to lay. It's better me. And if I die before I wake, I hope the Lord don't hesitate. Get
away for a while. He throwing that commercial when we come out of break.
I know.
He threw me off.
Just a little different right now.
Oh, okay.
Feeling a little different.
Feeling a little different? Yeah. Feel a little different?
Yeah, a little different.
Well, okay, that's what my cousins say. Word up. Happy Saturday. What's going on, peoples? What's up? Yo, Ed, you was doing your thing. I see you got some.
Yes, y'all.
I think I'm out of color today. Word up. Y'all all got on black. I should have on my black shirt, too.
You good?
I'm good. My joint says the boss, though. You see my front says the boss. You can see that, right?
See this, Mr. Boss.
I got the boss on my shirt. I hope, yo, Dow, you see that? I got the boss on my shirt.
Boss hog, boss.
See, now you going with the weight jokes, huh? Now you going with the weight jokes. On that subject, let me just tell you, like I told y'all last week, I started that D-Herb joint, right? Did it for 5 days straight already. Feeling okay. Lost about 8 pounds. So I'm feeling much better. So yeah. I got another 15 more days to go on it, but I'm doing it. So I'm down 8 pounds right now. So don't call me Boss Hog anymore, brother.
Boss Hog.
All right. I got you on that hog. Cause I ain't eating no meat.
Boss. Boss.
No homo, no meat. That's what I'm saying.
Pause.
What up, family? What's going on? Happy Saturday. Welcome to Violators Unlimited Radio Podcast Show. We here doing our thing. It's the 3 of us. We got Crazy Ed up in the building doing his thing like always.
3 amigos.
So yeah, it's the 3 amigos. Got my man at my side, Super Dave. What's going on? So I guess we gotta pay his bills real quick because I know there's a lot of things we got coming on.
Yeah.
We got people that's gonna be on. Daryl's gonna be on remote. Harry's gonna be on remote. Fred's gonna be on remote, and we also got a special guest coming in, the voice of Harlem, coming in and talking to us. So we're gonna play a couple of his joints, Ed. So just to let you know, voice of Harlem being here with us. So let's start paying these bills. Let's get it busy.
Oh man. Well, who are you, boss?
Well, since you already said my name so kindly, I am Chris Ali, and I am the.
I go where I want, good. I'm a young CEO, sure. I go where I want, good.
The pigeon has returned.
I'm a young CEO, sure.
Who's that man? Who's the man rocking the 1s and 2s?
Yes. It's Chief Rocker Crazy Ed, aka Mr. Uwe, aka Ed Crane. Boo!
Word. And who are you, sir?
Oh man, who am I? I'm getting ready to start rapping some Snoop Dogg joint. Oh well, it's me, Super Dave, aka Papa Smurf, aka Detective Inspector Silver Fox, better known as
Move operator.
cause I'm so smooth.
Miss me.
I know they miss me. You hear this? He want to be Fred now. Did you miss me? All right.
So where we at, man?
Oh, well, you already said it, man. This is the Violators Unlimited radio, TV, podcast, variety show. Coming to you live from iAccessRadio.com. iAccessRadio.com. That is IAXISRADIO.com. Logging and tuning because we're live, not now.
Right now.
Right.
Also, for some strange reason, if you can't log in and see these beautiful faces, or if you can't or you won't, but you want to hear the show, you can tune in on the TuneIn app and go to freeagentradio.com and you can hear us and hear everything we have to say today, because it's going to be live. Today's show is going to be crazy live. And that's freeagentradio.com, FREAGENTRADIO.com, freeagentradio.com. Check it out. We got a number that you can call in, you know what I'm saying, and talk to us, pose questions, or you can do it over the feed of the show. And that number is 347-708-0216, 347-708-0216. And when my man Harry get on, I'm going to let him do his part, do his spiel, and give it to you in Espanol.
Yes.
Last but not least, we are coming to you live from WIAXDB in the Bronx. Official tissue, yo. Violator show. Let's go.
Yes. I know this week has been a crazy week that we done seen so much on the news, so much about what's happening around the country. So I know a lot of people are going to come in on this. It's going to be a hot topic today. And, like I said, we got our guest that's going to be in here talking about something that we said that we're going to definitely be talking about more, is about working in the community and working with people that's doing things in the community, starting to say that we're not going to be sitting here talking about doing something, but we're going to be involved in the Violators Unlimited radio show, and the Violators themselves are going to be involved in a lot of things around the community. And one of the things that we are definitely going to talk about today is the homeless population that's in our city. And one of the brothers that's, him for making records like Chicken Noodle Soup and other things, the Voice of Harlem, is going to be in here. Him and his lovely wife is doing big things that they are serving the homeless people out their pockets. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, out of their pockets. They're not getting no money from nowhere. They're taking out the kindness of their hearts, and they're feeding almost 1,200 people a week. So let's start putting some things together. These are people that we could touch, that we could see, and that we could talk to on a daily basis, that we can help out and send your money to them. So we at Violators are going to start a GoFund page with them, the Voice of Harlem, to help them along this cause, to set up food and whatever else that we could donate, if it's clothing or whatever else we can do. We're going to work with that brother. So when he comes on, he can speak more about that. But I know, Dave, you've been itching and really ready to go today, because you sound excited. You say, well, we got a lot to talk about, and it's going to be live today. So what's, I guess when Dal and them come on, we'll see what they had to say.
We're gonna ramp it up. We're not gonna start with the hottest topic. We're gonna do in music how it's called a crescendo. We're gonna start low and get high.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna start with the smaller. At first it was the bigger story, but now it's actually the smaller story.
Okay.
Last week in Central Park, we had this bird watcher, gentleman named Christian Cooper.
Correct.
He was in the park with his binoculars, bird watching. Strange hobby for a black person, no offense, but it is what it is. But money was, he was in that part of the park that's designated for bird watching, and he's doing his thing. So, this lady, Miss Amy Cooper, she was in that section of the park, and she had her dog off the leash. So he politely asked the lady to put the dog on the leash. So the lady, if you didn't see the video, she gets livid, and she's saying all sorts of stuff to him and at him, and then she says, "I'm gonna call the police," and he says, "Please call the police." So then she gets on her phone and she turns from Amy Cooper into Karen. Oh, he's about to attack me, and I'm scared for my life, and this, that, and the third. You know, the whole spiel. And you know, if the man didn't record it, the cops would have came, and he would have been the next one out there. You know, falsely accused by some lady. You know that she had that agenda. She used that white privilege, or she tried to use the white privilege. But at the end of the day, she worked for a company. I'm trying to remember the name of the company. Franklin Templeton. And after, like, I think the second day, what was going on, they outright fired her. They said, we don't tolerate any forms of racism in our company. You know, I want to believe that, but my whole thing is, I would say they don't tolerate any forms of racism if you get caught.
Right.
You know, let's be real. Let's be real. If you get caught, you dead and stinking. But if it was something under the table and they found out about it, I doubt they would have did anything about it. But, you know, she brought negative publicity to the company, so she had to go. I mean, now she's apologized and, I don't know what I was thinking and da-da-da-da-da, but, oh, well.
Yeah. But, you know, the funniest thing about this is that when this is not the first time that happened, and it happened across the country. I remember one time, about at least, say about 5 or more years ago, that somebody up in Boston said that his wife got shot.
Right.
And his wife got shot in the parking lot, and he said it was a black man that came and shot his wife in the parking lot.
Right.
And accused of, and he gave a description of a black man, the very, how they will say, he's about 5'11", that ordinary size of a black man would be, and to come to find out he was the person that shot his own wife.
Yep.
So people, one thing that I see that they find from us that they feel that we're aggressive, and that we are so aggressive that anytime they say our names, they have to come at us aggressively, even though we're not being aggressive at all.
True, but before we go any further on the topic, I see we got FL the Don and Sneaky D have joined in. So let's let these brothers introduce themselves and say hello.
Yo.
Hello, fellas.
What's going on?
You gotta take the mask off the
Hey,
you gotta unmute yourself.
Y'all want to say something? Are we having technical difficulties?
You gotta speak up into the mic.
They looking.
They like,
What's up, Sneaky D?
Sneaky's talking, but we can't hear him.
Yeah, both of them can't.
Yo.
Yeah, here you go. Yes.
Fred,
all right, Fred, what's up? We can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Fred.
All right, cool. What's good, y'all?
What's good?
What's good?
Was you listen to the topic that we're talking about? We're gonna be talking about some topics of what happened this week. So we want you to introduce yourselves so we can keep moving forward.
Say, I got you. I know exactly. I hear you.
So introduce yourself.
You already know what it is. It's your boy FL Dawn. Before there's many after him, there'll be none. AK, your girlfriend favorite. AK, you're watching us.
The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here. The champ is here.
Thanks, crazy ass.
What up?
Yo, y'all can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
Oh, thank God. I'm sitting here like that. I feel like I've been muted.
You muted your own self.
For real.
Yo, what up, y'all? I'm listening to you. I heard the topics. I'm glad that we about to talk about it because it's crazy out there.
That's a fact.
But before you go into that, introduce yourself.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yo, it's your man, the light-skinned wonder of the world, a.k.a. Sneaky D, a.k.a. America's #1.
Ooh.
Nobody light-skinned is rapping harder than Ice-T. You disagree? Take the Tyson approach and don't slip over. Why not? Coming for that #1 spot.
All right.
Whatever. Whatever. You're trying to get the spot. You can't even come here. You need to get out of jail pass.
I'm making sure we do social distancing.
Okay. Well, stay across the bridge.
For real.
But yeah, so
we got some
you know,
serious topics, though.
what you think about that? What you say?
I don't know what you said, D.
I said, yeah, we got some serious topics to talk about for real.
Yeah.
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 Had you been on time, you'd know Had you been on time, you'd have known that.
So what you think about the situation with the lady that's in Central Park?
That's crazy too.
Yo, but did you see the video? The video of her was crazy. When he was recording her, she got into her scary black man mode. That was crazy.
And she choked her dog out.
Yeah, she choked the dog out, and then she was talking about me and my dog are afraid for our lives.
She choking the dog.
Yeah,
I forgot that part.
The dog's scared of you.
And you know, and she took the dog back. She returned the dog back to the ASPCA.
Well, I thought the ASPCA took the dog.
They took it back. They took the dog.
They took the dog for abuse because in the video
she was choking him.
the dog.
She was choking him. Yeah.
They took a doggy. Oh well.
So she gonna go to jail like our football player?
Of course not, man. She has the I don't even want to say it.
The privilege, like you just said. But
my man, what's the comedian? The old cat used to rock with Richard Pryor. Paul Mooney. She has.
Can you get it out, sir?
She has a complexion for the protection.
Hold on, don't take that personal, D.
They can tell you they can tell you black, D. So don't get too happy, light skin.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm getting a tan when I'm out here.
Yeah. So another thing that happened. Do you think that black man should have stayed there and wait till the cops came?
Nah, I don't think he should have stayed. I think he did the right thing. But if he was stood there, that conversation could have went left, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, they could have heard us.
You know, I really don't
at the least.
I think he should have stayed, and the reason why is because he had it all on video, and the way everything it was kind of calm, and I would have stayed.
But
because she was wrong.
It'd beat his ass first, then sort of the evidence.
Look,
exactly.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Yeah, she was wrong, but after he'd have got 3 knocks in the head and 5 punches in the ribs, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a day later, they would have checked his phone.
They'd have been like, "Yo, he's a bird watcher. How dangerous can he be?"
That's like a loaded question, but anyway.
Yeah.
Like Dave said, ain't too many black bird watchers.
For real, I know what I'm saying.
So.
Oh, okay. So what we gonna do? I heard you got the voice of Harlem coming.
Yeah, he's supposed to be coming in. We wait for him to come. I think he said he's on hold to get in.
Oh, okay. Copy that. Yo, your man Harry sent the thing saying to send him the link.
Well, okay.
All right, we'll get him in there.
So
I guess we'll take a quick break and they come back and get rocking.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yo, Crazy Ed, you ready to do this?
Yes, sir. I'm been ready, brother. Let's go.
So you sound like you on fire already.
Yes, sir. Ready, man.
You know, you about to get on my nerves. So, yo, let's go. We're going to be right back. Violators Unlimited Radio. Get ready, because I know you got some questions, people. 347-708-0216. Let's go.
You late. We did that already. So check this out.
Violators Unlimited Radio Podcast Show. Every Saturday. 3 to 5 p.m. with your Violators Unlimited Radio personalities.
Yo, I'm down, a.k.a. Sneaky D, a.k.a. Jim Kelly.
Chris Ali, CEO, Super Dave in full effect.
Friend Love the Dawn.
Hero.
Ain't nobody's hero, but I want to be heard.
Along with
the Violator All-Star DJ.
Crazy A and D Smooth.
3 to 5 each and every Saturday. Tune in.
3 to 5.
You already know what time it is, baby.
Stream it live on iAccessRadio.com. Watch it live on iAccess YouTube channel. Call it at 347-708-0216. Violators Unlimited Radio Podcast Show. With special guests, news and sports, and the hottest trending topics.
That's right.
Every Saturday on iAccess Radio.
You checking out the sounds of DJ Crazy Ed.
Is my king, is my one. Yes, he's my father. Yes, he's my son. I can talk to him, cause he understands everything I go through and everything I am. He's my support system. I can't live without him. The best thing since sliced bread is his kiss, his hugs, his lips, his touch. And I just want the whole world to know about my black brother. I love you and I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. Cause you're my black brother, strong brother, and there is no one above you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. He's misunderstood. Some say that he's up to no good around the neighborhood. Well, for your information, a lot of my brothers got education. Now check it, you got your Wall Street brother, your blue collar brother, you're down for whatever, chillin' on the corner brother, your talented brother, and to every one of y'all behind bars, you know that Angela.
Yo, why is Jada Kiss as hard as it gets? Why is the industry designed to keep the artists in debt? And why them dudes ain't riding if they party is set? And why they never get it poppin' but they party to death? Yeah, and why they gon' give you life for a murder? Turn around, only give you 8 months for a burner. It's going down, why they sellin' niggas CDs for under a dime? And if it's all love, daddy, why you come with your 9? Why my niggas ain't get that cake? Why it's a brother up north better than Jordan that didn't get that break? Why you ain't stack instead of trying to be fly? Why is ratting at an all-time high? Why are you even alive? Why they kill Tupac and Chris? Why at the bar you don't take straight shots instead of popping Chris? Why them bullets have to hit that door? Why did Kobe have to hit that raw? Why he kissed that whore? Why? Tell me all that I've been giving is this pain that I've been living. They got me in the system. Why they gotta do me like that?
You checking out the sounds of DJ Crazy Ed.
It's really good to see you.
It was hard from the start. I knew you never leaving. So much for giving you my heart. And we promised we never grow apart. I knew you'd never leave them. So much for loving you so hard. We go through things anyway. It makes it hard for you to leave him. Why can't it all just change?
New York City and everyone around the world. It's Saturday. Tune in to the hottest radio show in the country. 3 to 5 on iAccessRadio.com or watch the funniest, craziest, and interesting podcast show
right now
on iAccess YouTube channel. Violators Unlimited Radio. Podcast show today from 3 to 5 p.m. every Saturday. From 3 to 5. We're taking your calls at 347-708-0216. It's Saturday. It's Saturday.
Yo, check it out.
Woo! We're
And
back.
we're back.
We're back, people. Listen, there's one thing I seen on Facebook today was saying that we need to tell each one of our black men that we love them today. So if you know some black men, like all my black brothers that's here and my sisters that's here and out there in the world, I love you. Take care of yourself. Be safe, and be around for us. So we talking about the main subject we're talking about today is about Black Lives Matter. that black people are important, and that society is treating and misusing us as a culture, as people, and financially also. So you know, they hitting us wealth, health, mentally, physically, and anything that they do towards us, they think is okay. And that fact of with this person in the park saying that a black man is attacking her, he never went no foot closer to her, but to ask her this to put a leash on your dog. And that part of the park, that is what the rules is. So he was not saying something that was wrong against the rules. He was going about what the rules was for that particular part of the park. And she made it a bigger issue than what it was. And now she's fired from her job. And do you think that there should be charges going against her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why not?
Right. And say again, Fred?
No, first of all, at the end of the day, any New York City public park you go to, your dog must be on a leash, unless it's a dog park in the play area. You cannot have your dog off the leash in these parks, man. You put to clean up after your dog at the same time.
Right. Which is so true, but you know, the fact of, you know, people do things and they think because they in certain areas, certain financial levels, they think they can do whatever they want to do and get away with it. And that factor that she should be charged with making a forced
police report.
You know, they was gonna charge the actor out in Chicago about making a forced police report of him saying that he got jumped and and everything. Now, what's the difference for him?
Quote. Wait. You gotta quote Dave Chappelle. Juicy Smollett.
So you know, I think that she should be charged with this. It won't be a big charge, but at least she's been charged with something, saying not to abuse the law. You know, as soon as something happens, you're ready to call the law on the black person to do whatever damages to that black person, because it starts out one thing and turns into another. Which a lot of times happen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So what's your opinion on that, fellas?
At the end of the day, bro, so at the end of the day, they should charge it with something. That's a fake for false police report, and I could really jeopardize that man. First of all, I could jeopardize his freedom,
right,
and jeopardize everything else. Because it is fucking who to say they wouldn't have beat the shit out of him?
Yeah.
Every time they beat us up, is that they beat our ass further. Then they found out the truth out. But then you got to go through all the situations. You're going to jail. You're going through all these different kinds of circumstances. That means she should be locked up for the same things, though. And he should sue her.
Well, you know,
I would definitely.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Dal.
It looked like you froze. Yo,
I just saw somebody walking by. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, Ed. It was Ed.
That was his stomach in the way walking through the cameras.
Nah, but for real, I think he should definitely sue her. You know, because she put him in a spot. And, you know, thinking about it, if he would have stayed, you never know what would have happened. But I would have stayed just because. But you never know what would have happened.
Right.
He could have got beat up. It could have been attempted murder on him or whatever the case. The way shit is going nowadays, you never know.
And that's our new reality right now.
True that.
Which is not good. And that's a problem. And one of my things is, if we're going to protest, I'm down with protesting 150%. I am totally down with that. But when you getting violent and you looting and burning down the stuff that's in your hood,
you getting ahead of everybody now, man. you getting ahead.
But that's something that's always happening all the time anyway. When something happens like this and it gets big, we do the same thing. That's wrong.
I think we kind of fed up. That's
all right. Well,
but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
You let it out. So okay, we're gonna talk about the killing of George Floyd at the hands of former police officer, now prisoner 457-7829, Derek Chauvin. And yes, it's caused a lot of unrest throughout the country, even here in New York, Atlanta, in Minneapolis, where it happened, California, you name it. People just are not having it. But to what you just said, Daryl, very interesting, because I think the lady. She's I don't know if she's a senator or a congresswoman, assemblywoman. She has something to do with Minneapolis. Little Spanish lady. I can't think of her name. But they pull the arrest records of the people that have been arrested so far in Minneapolis with all of these riots. Check this out. 20% of the people arrested are from Minneapolis. 80% of the people are outside of Minneapolis. Now, with that being said, they think there's bigger or greater forces at hand. Even to the point where it's even being alleged that white supremacists are coming in and they're saying may have even started the riots. Because there's a video that surfaced before any violence started. They were protesting, and a white guy dressed in all black with a gas mask and a black umbrella takes a mallet and smashes the windows of AutoZone, and everybody like, yo, what are you doing? Money, stop! Blah, blah, blah. He threatens to swing the hammer at somebody. He walks away and walks off. But this one black kid is like, yo, what you want to do? What you want to do? And follows him. You know what I'm saying? So he don't stay with the protest. He breaks the windows of AutoZone and calmly walks away and leaves the scene. Then chaos ensued.
But you know what? They thought that his girlfriend got on bus. He was a cop.
And they were saying, what are you, a cop? What are you, a cop? But okay, he was a cop. But once again, is he a white supremacist?
Right.
Who to say who? You know, right? You can't even tell.
Yeah.
But I don't think, like I seen a couple of videos today. Like I seen people talking about, the you're getting this because of what happened. People are angry. People are fed up and everything else. And you're burning down targets or looting AutoZone or either or vice versa. But you destroy your community. We've seen that with the Rodney King thing when they came and destroyed your own community. And burning down mom and pop stores and stuff like that. I don't think that should be done. If you're going to do something, let's go and let's do it the correct way, because all you're doing is bringing more power against you. Now they're bringing in the National Guards into not Brooklyn,
Minnesota.
So they doing that out there because they are actually burning out precincts and everything else out there. So that's the violence is not necessary, but this has been going on for over 50 years of people just getting tired of it. I seen a speech that Malcolm X made saying that the brutality of officers to our community is ridiculous. Until we stand up and fight back, then they're going to keep doing it to us. But when we start to fight back, they bring in bigger guns. So you start to fight back. Now you think it's a one-on-one, here go the National Guards. And if you start to go against the National Guards, then here goes the Army. So they bring in the bigger guns at us at the same time when we try to defend our own selves. What you think about that?
I don't know about the Army, because there's actually a law against mobilizing the actual United States Armed Forces, not the National Guard for state or militia. There's an actual law that prohibits
fighting against your own.
Yeah, sending the Army, Marines, whatever, into cities or places in America.
Right.
Then that's what the National Guard is for. The National Guard will do it, but the actual military, no.
Well, the way they make laws these days, they'll circumvent that also.
The way he breaks laws.
He'll make an amendment to the law and say, okay, we had to do this because they got big guns too.
All right. Well,
if you're gonna, my thing is this too. But if you're gonna sit there and you're gonna want to make a point or make a stand, then like you said, you got to do it correctly. You can't go in if you want to get violent. Let's be 100. If you're going to be violent, go take it to their shit, where they at, go to their neighborhood and break their stuff down and see what happens. Why are you going to break down your stuff? If you want to go violent, then go over there and do that. But you know what? We don't do that. You know why? Because we figure, okay, the liquor store's right here. We can break this down and go grab a couple bottles, because after this is over, now my bar's full. You know what I mean? Pharmacy is right there. You got tomorrow, 2 days later, your grandmother or your mother's gonna need some medicine, or you might need some medicine. Guess what? You can't go. Why you can't go? Because you just burnt this pharmacy down. We gotta think.
But yo, D, I hear what you're saying. But go back to the statistics that I just gave you. 20% of the people arrested are from Minneapolis. 80% are from outside of Minneapolis. Minneapolis is a city. It's not as big as New York City, but it's a city. All right, let's think of the grand scheme of it. So it's kind of a big place. You know what I'm saying? If 80% of the people arrested are from outside of Minneapolis, dude, I don't think it's, for the most part, it's not the people in Minneapolis doing the dumb stuff.
Well, when you always have these type of gatherings, even like in Brooklyn, yesterday you have people that's in these crowds that are fire starters.
Right, exactly. That's my point.
So you have
people that's my point.
You got a set of people who's going out there to do the right thing. Then you got other people that just want to be there to start something, to start the fire, to instigate something, and they could be put in there by lawmakers.
Yep.
Or they could be put in them not knowing their legal rights to do something to march and make something happen and string together, being organized, and now you become disorganized because some knucklehead in the crowd wants to throw a bottle of water at a police officer or throw a garbage can at a police officer or something of that extent. So those things happen, and now all of a sudden now you got a whole lot riot.
There you go.
And then you complain about 2 weeks ago, why the cops let these people in Brooklyn that had the funeral, had all those people there, but they did it and didn't have a big problem. They got, the cops only had to disperse, but they did it, but didn't throw bottles and stuff at the cops. They did disperse accordingly as quickly as they wanted to disperse, but they didn't start a whole riot with the cops. And this is the big difference between being organized and having organized people that's with you to say, yo, listen, we're not here to throw bottles. We're not here to pick up the garbage can and throw it at people. So those type of things are something that we got to look at when we do in this organization of rallies and everything else. Like, no, we're not here for the extra. We're here for a cause. We're here to stop the injustice, not to start a war.
Yeah.
So, and that's all. Okay.
I got a different aspect of the story. And it's not even being publicized. For the most part, it's being downplayed. Come to find out, these two guys worked at the same club in Minneapolis, a nightclub. They both worked security. The club's name was El Nuevo Road, Rodeo. What was that, Fred?
El Rodeo something.
Yeah, El Nuevo Rodeo. That was the name of the club. The disgraced officer, he worked there for 17 years. It hasn't been disclosed how long George Floyd worked there, but they worked in the same club doing security. The owner says, she's saying she doesn't think they knew each other, but come on, if you work in security at a club, how you not gonna know each other? You know what I'm saying? I don't really, that doesn't fly with me. I don't know what y'all think about that.
You're going to interact some way. I mean, you might not be the best of friends, but you did have a conversation here and there.
Yes, thank you.
Probably people or things of that nature. But she said that I don't know how they could have did it, because she said that she used to use George Floyd on urban nights.
Well, no. Hold up. Mr. Chauvin was also there on urban nights, and it was documented that he was very nervous on those nights.
Okay.
He was there also. So the whole thing. I mean, come on. You working in a spot together. You work in security. I think the lady's trying to deflect. Honestly, she put it out there, and I think she got scared. So that takes this to a whole nother level. It's the possibility that he knew this man. So it takes on a different aspect with the charges. For the initial charges right now are 3rd-degree murder and 2nd-degree manslaughter. If it can be proven that he knew this man, that's outright murder. That's 1st-degree murder.
Yeah, if it's proven that he knew him.
Exactly.
Definitely.
That
had to know him too.
And as it stands, with those charges, the 3rd-degree murder and the 2nd-degree manslaughter, he's facing a minimum of 12 years. But I don't know if the Department of Justice gets involved, or the state of Minnesota does the right thing.
It should be a hate crime.
I don't know if it'll be a hate crime, but it's going to be more serious than what it is.
If it's a hate crime, it gives them more time. Right. So it could be both. They can charge with a hate crime and the murder.
And now, dude's wife, she filed for divorce. The ex-officer's wife, she filed for divorce.
She's trying to get out of town.
But she made a statement, and she says that she's in full support of George Floyd's family, and she's so sorry that this has happened. That was part of her statement.
So she knew something.
So all right, that's where I'm going with it. Based on her statement, I'm feeling like she know the husband knew him.
Knew him or know how aggressive her husband can be.
That too.
So guess what, fellas? Yo, Fred, we're going to take a quick break, right? We're going to come back, and when we come back, we're going to have the voice of Harlem and his lovely wife, Miss Glover, on the phone, Reverend Glover, on the phone. On with us on Zoom, back here with us. So when we come back for the next break, you see this family there, and the rest of our family from Violators here. Yo, Daryl, cover those bottles in the back. You might have went to the liquor store in Minnesota and got your bar stocked.
Don't tell nobody.
Hey, you ready, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Take this away.
Radio podcast show every Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. Are you tired of hearing about the coronavirus? Well, it's real.
I'm telling you, it's real.
What I want y'all to do for me. Yo, check this out, man.
Don't panic.
Coronavirus.
It is flu season.
I'm telling you, it's real.
If you're sick, stay home. Stay at least 6 feet away from others.
The most dangerous disease. Coronavirus.
Wash your hands frequently and practice good hygiene.
And we're going to save lives. And New York is going to thank you.
We can stop the spread of the virus.
God forbid. Thanks from all New Yorkers.
So stay home. Stop the spread.
Save lives, period.
Word up. You ain't going out like that.
It's going to be just fine. But that's what government is supposed to do, right?
Coronavirus. It's getting real.
And we kick coronavirus ass.
Violators. Unlimited radio.
That's what I say.
Crazy.
Brother Jay says, yuck.
Straight from the temple of everlasting. Me, PXO, and the X-Clan. Cleaning the
Checking out the sound.
Hey, Brother Jay,
Crazy
time for a ride. Put the key to the ignition. And then...
Yes, blue. I come on to go. We're immortals through the portals, through the book fold. I'm going backwards to the east, Tweedledee, to the drum. V5 from to the tribal drum. I'm sitting on my temple, just plucking silly mortals. Speaking peace of mind to my many sons and daughters getting loose. Cause I release the Jews. I'm more into the eye because the simple mother groups could never hang with the words could ever both clamor. I'm singing raise the flag cause I hate the spangled banner. Because you can't get with me, you label me enemy. Your comments on the mortal side of the label is blasphemy. More than I am, Mr. Taste in the jam, Mr. X in the clan, and puts a brother on land. It's like that, y'all. You don't stop because the sight of the watch is sure to shock. From the beginning is the winning, is it ever? Unearthly resistance forever. You think your thief-based system is clever? It's just simplistic endeavor. I checkmate, terminate, never late, contemplate. Mind state is never fake, hesitate to lose. No shoes ever do I kick around in boots. I simply drop a science that just speaks about the future within our nature's flavor. Lacking from the clean, our dream for the younger. When will the river take rain? Is it a joke or something you can't cope with? Devils keep avoiding. People keep on hoping.
This is Street Radio for unsung hero. Riding in the Rego, trying to stay legal. My daughter found Nemo, I found the new primo. Yeah, you know how we do it for the people and the struggle of the brothers and the folks. The lovers of the dope, experiments to discover hope. Skipper for notes, the rougher I wrote, times was harder. Corrupt started to the voice of a martyr. Why white folk focused on dogs and yoga. My people on the low end trying to ball and get over. Lyrics up like liquor for the fall.
Yes. 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 I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
In about 4 seconds, teacher will begin to speak.
Very deeply.
Let's begin. What, where, why, or when will all be explained like instructions to a game. See, I'm not insane. In fact, I'm kind of rational. When I be asking you who is more dramatic, this one or that one, the white one or the black one. Black the punk and I'll jump up to attack one. Terrorist one is just the gotta lead a crew. Right up to your face and diss you. You saw me on the last album cover, holding a pistol something far from a lover. Beside my brother, SCOTT. I just relax, no one can defeat me. Section number 2, my philosophy. Number 1, with poetry, you know it's me. It's my philosophy. Many artists gotta learn. I'm not flammable, I don't burn. So please stop learning and learn to earn respect. Cause that's just what KR. See what you expect when you rhyme like a soft punk. You walk down the street and get jumped. You got to have style. It's gotta be original. And everybody's gonna wanna diss you. Like me, we stood up for the South Bronx, and every sucker MC had a response. You think we care? I know they are on the tip. My posse from the Bronx is thick. And we don't realize we roll correctly. A lot of suckers would like to forget me, but they can't. Cause like a champ, I have got a record of knocking out the frauds in a second. On the mic, that you should get loose. I haven't come to tell you I got juice. I just produce, create, innovate on a higher level. I'll be back, but for now, just settle.
With DJ Lance, Brooklyn walked 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 with DJ Lance. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brooklyn walked with DJ Lance. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brooklyn walked with DJ Lance. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Brooklyn walked with DJ Lance. 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 Brooklyn walked with DJ Lance.
Like they're in molasses, one of the things that never change. You gotta keep pushing on, the sun don't rain all the time. There's gonna be some heartache and pain.
Woke up Sunday morning, got a little bad news today. They say my life ain't worth living, and time is slowly ticking away. Don't think that I'm going crazy, the thoughts keep running through my head. I know I gotta be strong, gotta hold on. Sometimes I'd rather give up instead. Seem like I'm better off dead. Oh, blackberry molasses, it'll never change.
Gotta keep pushing on, the sun don't rain all
about yours, 'cause I've been there myself a time or two. Still life goes on if you just keep holding on. So many things to survive, want to realize there's no such place as paradise.
Peace, this is Spike Lee, a.k.a. Shelton Jackson Lee, a.k.a. loving husband and father of Tanya, Satchel, and Jackson. I'm here with De La Soul, a.k.a. De La, a.k.a. The Plugs. We're about to get in this song Church, a.k.a. It's Reality.
Hey, yo, wake up! Wipe the sleep on cracks. It's time to focus, y'all. Fix your IMAX. In other words, listen to the brother's words. Ingest these antidotes with hope in your ass. They learn how to cope. It's not always good just to get by. Who's covering your stakes when you bet high? You're chasing cars, clothes, and rocks. Identify with the goods you got. Make sure it's BS, but not imperfect. Even you unclear. I really don't care to see your tattoos there. I'd rather see you graduate the school year. Black folk won't put a book in your face. But first give the hook a taste. Bring the picture in. Heal, heal, y'all. We come to heal it. It's real. It's real. It's real. Swing. It's been stated, re-educated, evaluated. Walls of the past have faded. The only thing left is the memories of our belated. And I hate it when someone dies and they all hurt up for a silly gold chain by a chump. Word up. It doesn't make you a big man, and you wanna go and dish your brother man, and you don't know that part of the plan. Why? 'Cause rap music is in full demand. Understand?
My name is Just Ice, a man, not a prankster. I was known as the gangster, but believe me, that is no fun. The time now to unite everyone. You don't have to be soft to be peace. Robbing and killing and murdering is the least. You don't have to be chained by the beast. But party people, it's time I release. Hey yo, here's the situation. Idiocy, nonsense, violence, not a good policy. Therefore, we must ignore fighting, fussing. Heaven's at the door, so there'll be no bum rushing. Let's get together because we're falling apart. I heard a brother shot another, it broke my heart. I don't understand the difficulty, people. Love your brother, treat him as an equal. They call us animals, I don't agree with them. I'll prove it wrong, but right is what you're proving them. Take heed before I leave to what I'm saying, or we'll all be on our knees.
So out of the mercy of Allah and the law written in our nature, we call an individual into existence. And when that individual comes, I make no apologies for what I'm about to say.
Rough, rugged and real, you're on standstill. To obey your case, so let the man build. Words of rapture that you have to capture. And I just slapped ya with a handful of literature. This dope, deaf, fresh, hype, choice, smooth and raw. Rappers I replace, rub out and erase. Competition, you must be on freebase. Smoking or joking, bound to be broken. Now get your damn hands off the mic that I'm choking. 'Cause I got a stranglehold. You're still cold on parole for the role you stole. Rhymes that you yell out, but you did sell out. Crossed over, lost over here, now get the hell out. I'm not a pop star, rock and roller. I'm a rebel, blessed, able to hold a mic like a hammer and drop grammar. Treat a rapper like a wrestler and body slam them. Those who dispute get treated just like a prostitute. They get the boot and blade like a flute, so just play mute. Don't even whisper. Open your mouth to speak, and I'ma dish your ragtag and dog. Put you in the morgue because you're petty, confetti, and not ready to rock steady. In other words, you're half-stepping, tiptoeing, get going. Because my weapon is not a 9, a Uzi, or a shotgun. But when it comes to hype rhymes, I got one. Just like the album is still the same. Lift the cane, ain't a damn thing changed. I still get ill and kill and will and build and skill and build and drill. Come on.
My brother to the east.
To the east, my brother to the east. Come on.
To the east, my brother to the east.
To the east, my brother to the east. Yeah.
Violators Unlimited Radio Podcast Show every Saturday. 3 to 5 p.m. Are you tired of hearing about the coronavirus? Well, it's real.
I'm telling you, it's real.
Here's what I want y'all to do for me. Yo, check this out, man.
Don't panic.
Coronavirus.
It is flu season.
I'm telling you, it's real.
If you're sick, stay home.
Stay away from me.
Stay at least 6 feet away from others.
The most dangerous disease. Coronavirus.
Wash your hands frequently and practice good hygiene.
And we're going to save lives, and New York is going to thank you.
Show these people what time it is, boy. Coronavirus!
We can stop the spread of the virus.
God forbid. Thanks from all New Yorkers.
So stay home. Stop the spread.
Save lives, period.
Ain't going out like that.
It's going to be just fine. But that's what government is supposed to do, right?
Coronavirus! It's getting real! Don't believe the hype!
And we kick coronavirus ass.
Don't believe the hype!
Violators. Unlimited radio.
That's what I say.
We back. But listen, before we get started, I just want to give a couple of shout outs to some of my friends that we see that's here. I see DJ Money Earn that's on here, Nikki.
Earn, what up?
Wiz, Massive One, Vibes, Little Pie, what up? Dawn Michelle, what's up? And Ty, what's going on, brother? And who else is there? And Styles, what's up, brother? Listen, we're talking about being black in America during this pandemic, and this being black in America, period. You know, has been going on for years. We've been, you know, it's a thing that as slaves we was born here to do one thing, is to build up this country. And as we built up this country, started getting our freedom to become more Americanized, that they start to even take that away from us even now when we become free. So today, as we organize and doing things together and we need to come together and be as one, not to have knuckleheads coming in and doing things when we're trying to organize things together and to move our society, our people, a little further to be equal as one. So, you know.
I just wanted to interject. Were we ever really free? Are we free?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? This is like being in a matrix. It's an illusion.
Yeah.
I mean, to a certain extent, we have some freedoms, but we're not really free. I don't care how much money you make in this country. They will remind you in a heartbeat. Oh, I don't care. Let me run it back. I don't care how much money you make or what your social status is in this country. They will remind you in a heartbeat that you are a person of color.
True.
They will smack you back to reality quick, fast, and in a hurry. So I reiterate my question. Are we really free?
Or even if you look at it, we're not really. I don't think no one's really free because there's laws that govern us regardless. But do the laws change different because we have color? You know, so the laws is the same across the board, but does it change because my skin is different?
Exactly, it's enforced. The laws are engaged and enforced differently due to the color of our skin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People think racism today is getting worse. They think it's worse than it's ever been. And I'm gonna quote Will Smith. He said, "Racism isn't getting worse; it's getting filmed."
Yes. Correctly.
It's getting filmed.
True. Well, you know, it's like I said, like I read, you know, Malcolm X went through this. Martin Luther King went through this. You know, these are stages that they went through to be involved in society, to make us as black people to be noticed, to be recognized, and we're still there at that same point. Even though we got more millionaires as black people, but as you go into those next levels, it seems like you're not coming back to say, "Let me pull you up." You know, there's no arms extended backwards. Your arms extended forward. Your arms extended to the sky, but not back to your knees. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and a lot of times, and I think Brother Al would get in and say that a lot of times some of us need to drop to our knees and pray, and pray for something, because these times it's just going to get worse. I feel sorry for my son.
Yeah.
You know, I feel sorry for our children that's behind us, because they don't have no direction, and the direction that people starting to show them is about being violent. You know, it's like you go have these rallies and you have young people that's going here that does not have no direction, and they're hurting. And as they hurting, they don't have no direction, so they're going to just react to the hurt.
And hurt others in the process.
Right. So, and that's the hard part about it, because now we got our young black people that's like, I'm not going to tolerate that no more. But they don't have that mentor, that other person said, no, you're angry, let's use this angry for something productive. not something that's going to end up getting you killed or getting someone around you killed, or you going to jail for killing someone.
Yeah.
So we got to start trying to put this together as like I said, as a family, as a nation. We got to come together. I was just looking at a video that was posted down in Maryland, and the cops had pulled over a black woman, and I don't know if you can't really tell what really happened in the video, but you can see that a white officer must have grabbed her, and grabbed her. I guess she felt uncautionly, and she turned and punched him.
Whoa!
Right, and then she just didn't punch him with the right. She came back with the left.
She two-pieced him.
Two-pieced him.
Did she give him the biscuit?
And he looked at her like, "Oh, what the hell you did it?" And don't you know, a black man officer seen that his fellow officer, I guess, got punched by a woman, a black woman that is, and punched her, knocked her out, and punched her from the blind side, and knocked her out. Now, we going up against racism, and then we got to go up against your own, your own people that's supposed to be protecting you, the law, and then they not doing that because they on a whole different level when they put on that suit and become something different. And I'm not saying all.
No, I'm not even saying that either.
I'm not saying all, but we gotta as people, we gotta come together. Even as a brother officer, that you see another black woman, he should have been the one that escorted her to the cop car. Because
restrained her versus knocking her out. Yeah.
May I get into this?
Yes, sir, light skin.
Thank you. All right, I'm listening to you, Ali, right? And I hear you. But when they put on that uniform, the only color they see is blue. That's it. I don't care what color you are, black, white, brown, green, yellow, orange. When you put that uniform on, it's blue. If you notice, the black police officers are in there beating us up just as much as the white officers as well.
Yeah.
So they coming at us at the same thing. So by him doing that, it's not we are fighting against everybody. Anybody in a blue or police officer uniform or whatever color they use, we're against all of them, no matter what color you are.
Well,
and then wait, let me finish. And then after this, a lot of people always say, "Oh, not all cops are bad," but where all the good cops at when all this bad stuff is happening? All they do is get on the social media and talk about, "Oh, they not that bad. We not bad." Well, get up here and start saying something. Why you can't say nothing? Because the wall of blue is going to shut you down, so you can't say nothing. So how good are you going to be?
Yeah. See now that Sneaky's in Professor Xavier mode, X-Men, because he stole the thought. He stole the topic and the thought right out my brain. But now, yeah, D, that's why I was going with that. I believe most cops are good, but by you not speaking out, by you not ostracizing the bad apples when these things happen, you're just as responsible.
Right.
You're just as responsible. Like the PBA. If the PBA, they don't never take a stance when something happens. Oh, you don't know the facts of what happened and this, that, and the third. They play that Stonewall crap. Just hey, once in a while, and don't let it be when it's a police officer of color, like the Chinese kid that they hung out to dry, that shot the kid in Brooklyn in the staircase. They hung him out to dry. You know what I'm saying? They outright hung him out to dry. But like in these other cases, just hey, we don't condone that. Da 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 da. Let's wait and see what happens. But say you don't condone it. You know what I'm saying? Just don't be quiet about it, because that's why we have all this tension we have now. All of these good cops don't say nothing. They keep their mouth shut. Now I know a lot of police officers and ex-police officers. The ones that I know, they speak out, but it's not all right. They speak out amongst us in the community, but I need to see something on TV, where the police department as a whole takes a stance against something one of their own did. Not the people that I know in conversation, because I know them. They was my people before they was cops. They was my people when they was cops. They my people since they retired. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you always was one of us. But I need to see the organization as a whole take a stance against the bad apples, and then maybe people would feel differently.
Well, you know what? I think I got to give up to Eric Adams.
All right.
When he was an officer, he did stand up for things, right? And then he had the 100 Black Officer movement.
Law enforcement, right.
Law enforcement that did. So you have an organization that did that, but, you know, I don't hear nothing more about them no more.
Because he ain't got no more.
So, but I'm saying there's still cops there.
Right.
So what happened to, and this is what I'm saying, that we as black people, we have to train the ones behind us when we moving forward. You know, we have to train, we have to be able to say, all right, let me show you what we did and what works for us, because I'm going to be gone one day and you got to carry this torch. You know, and I think that was left a lot during our civil rights, that a lot of our civil rights leaders, they carried the torch and those burdens all by themselves and didn't train no one behind them. So now you got a bunch of people who's trying to understand how to get knowledge, and not too much teachers out there giving the people knowledge to move forward towards it.
I want to take a quick pause.
Hero, what's up, Hero?
Quick pause. Somebody snuck in the back door. We got Hero's here.
Yo, y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you.
All right, man. Yo, I didn't know we was on Zoom.
Okie
Well, I had to download the whole thing, you know, do all that passcode and everything. What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Everything
good.
What up, Fred? Love you, brother.
Yo,
Fred.
What up?
What's good? What's good? Sneaky D, what's good?
Yo, what up?
Crazy Ed, good to see you.
Yo, good to see you too, my brother. What up?
I'm gonna leave Chris for last because I just seen him a few hours ago. Big Dave, what up?
What's up? What's good?
And now the boss, my man, my mellow, my man. What's going on, y'all?
I'm chilling.
Hey, real quick, it's your favorite Puerto Rican hero, aka Everybody Loves Me, aka I Love You Back. Let's get this shit correct, man. This shit is crazy out here.
Yeah.
ID, go ahead, Sneaky.
Alright, well, I just wanted to put this in. Dana Dickens wrote, within the past 5 hours, the good cops have been speaking up in ways they never have before. They are tired too. And then before that, when we was talking about us being free, Devin came on and said we were never free. When it comes to the Constitution of the U.S., it was never meant for us.
3/5 of a man.
Right. So then when it says all men are created equal, we as men of color were never called men. They looked at us as subhuman.
That's right.
Wow.
So, remember, we still got to be voted on. Like
right.
Obama had
the Bill of Rights.
The Bill of Rights.
It's about to be up in a few.
I thought it was up when Obama was in.
He renewed it? I missed the memo. I got to check that out myself.
So now they speaking up. So we got 5 hours ago they started speaking up. We hearing now. So let's see what they're gonna do and what they're gonna say.
Speaking of where, on what forum, as individuals or a whole conglomerate?
I don't know. We're gonna have to ask her that question, or maybe she could call in and elaborate.
Well, I know what I have seen. I think Dave touched bases on it. What we have seen was the retired cops are speaking up, saying that that's uncalled. Or big shout out to Mo and
Bill Foster.
They speaking out on these things. They having platforms that's giving information about these things. Bill does the real talk, and he talked about this with the black cops, and he condoned it all the way through. So. We do have people that's speaking up about it, but like I said, a lot of these people are not in the forefront. They might be speaking up on Facebook, they might be speaking up on Instagram, but they're not in the streets where these kids are artists. Like to give them that knowledge, say, "Oh, nah, this ain't how we do it. You got to do this a little better." So that's one of the things that that needs to be taken up and talked about.
Yeah. Well, NYPD didn't do it here in New York, or haven't done it so far, but I want to give a big shout out to Governor Cuomo. Did y'all hear what he said yesterday? Was it yesterday or Thursday? When he ran down the timeline all the way from was it not Abner Wima, my man, the African cat that got shot in the doorway, Amadou Diallo? But you know what? It really was before Amadou, because it was my man Anthony Baez with the chokehold. But he ran down the whole line. He named everybody. He said, this is why what's going on is going on. He named people in New York. He named people all over the country. And he said, this is why. And he said, and he dropped, right before he dropped the mic, because he dropped the mic, he's like, I'm with the protesters. Bong! And he was out. Yo.
Yeah.
Kudos. I give kudos to the governor.
Well, speaking of, what about homeboy in Mississippi? Homeboy said, if you could breathe, if you could talk, you can breathe.
But that's ignorance, though.
Yeah. Well, you already know what color he was.
You already know it's ignorance, though. And at the end of the day, the same thing happened. We just lost somebody to the same situation. So how you could breathe, you could talk while you breathe, but you gasping for air, though.
Right.
Yeah, but he's telling you I can't breathe, and then somebody else is telling you, oh, his nose is bleeding, his face is in the ground, his nose is bleeding because you got your knee in his neck, so he can't breathe. He's trying to tell you that, but you still there. And then when you see the video, you see it's 3 of them on him, not 1, but it was 3 on him.
Yo, dude, it was 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
3, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that just shows you. You know, it's one thing that to be glad about is that people have cameras, they're able to take up information to see what's going on. But then the fact of, you know, to me it was like anyone who's seen it knew that it was heartbreaking. It was hurting because you sat there and watched this whole thing, like you watched a man that's died right in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not like he was getting shot or anything. It's not like it was something that was random. This is what you was doing this deliberately.
Yes, caller. You on Violators Radio. Who's speaking?
Yes, this is Violator, baby. What it do, baby?
Violator West. What up, Lau?
What up, Lau?
I can't call it. What's good, New York, my guys? How we doing over there? We hanging in there?
Yeah.
We hanging in. We talking about being black in America during this pandemic and this period. You know, about everything that's going on in our society.
The hell with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm for what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if the only way we're gonna get some justice is to burn America down, then burn it down, baby. Burn it down. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing has been going on too long. He ain't talking about the slavery. He's talking about when Rodney King happened 30 years ago. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, man. But if you're gonna charge one cop with the murder, why the other 2 cops that had their knees on him wasn't charged with murder too? I mean, come on. It's, you know, I appreciate my son staying on the front line for us. My son. One thing about my son does a hell of a job for New York. He represents for us big time. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's got to stop, man. It's got to stop, man. You know, and it's sad. We had a protest out here in Vegas yesterday. The commissioner called me and said, "You're gonna come out?" I said, "Commissioner, I would love to see out there, but I know me. I know I get out there, I'm getting locked up, man. I can't afford that right now. You know what I'm saying?"
Right. I was like, the cops coming out.
Fred, run, Fred,
Yo, what's all that noise in the background, guys?
Fred getting chased by the cops.
Right. Is that the fire alarm going off?
We got Dal and Fred is on Zoom, so we got them outside. Fred is outside, so you heard.
And Chris Ali, I'm very proud of you, my brother. Keep the good work.
Thank you,
Health
sir.
before wealth. I'm very proud of you. Keep doing what you do.
Thank you, sir. I'm trying to get some of your money.
Don't talk that foolishness.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to talk about that one.
But I love you guys, man.
All right, love you back.
All right,
brother.
you guys stay strong, stay blessed, man.
You
When it's
too.
all over, we reunite again.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Peace. Violator West, Violator East. I'm out, baby.
Yes.
Peace.
And on the subject of that, Mario G, Violated All-Star DJ, just texted me and said, I was nominated as the DJ of the day.
Oh, for your little live escapades.
Nah, see, I ain't even started DJing yet. I got nominated. Thank you, Harry. Oh, Harry left. Word up. And he said Red Alert is the DJ of the day tomorrow. So big shout out to Red and myself as DJs of the day.
How the heck that happened?
Listen, it's the pretty face, buddy.
Oh man.
That's it. So we was trying to get the Voice of Harlem on, but I think he's not able to get on. We keep missing him. So we'll definitely come back to him again. I sent him a number for him to call us in. So we tried, and we'll try again next time to get it right with him. But you know, this subject is something that's gonna be long lasting.
Hero's back,
and
Yes,
it's kind of crazy because, like I said, we just got to unite and get all ourselves together and organize it correctly and do it the right way, not just go out there to get ourselves in more situations and more problems, more trouble. You know, just watching some of the stuff on News One and on all these other news channels, like the same black kids being thrown over barricades because they throwing bottles at police officers. And out in Brooklyn, I seen you know, they putting, and you know, the funny thing, they putting these people, and they're not putting all cops that's there either. This is not just all police officers. They putting traffic cops there. They putting school safety officers out there at these places, auxiliary cops. So these people that has those jobs are people of color.
Yeah.
So now those are essential workers of color that you put in front of the fire to get burned. And as soon as somebody throws something at one of these workers, you know, that's not carrying a gun, they're gonna defend themselves and throw something back at you or try to get at you.
You don't think they don't know what they doing? They know who they putting in the front.
Yeah. So, you know, that's what's happening on my way here. Like on 120th Street, I seen like 8, 9 freaking the big paddy wagon vans that's parked. Like they ready for something to happen.
Yeah.
You know, because now there's all these protests that's going on.
They got sandbags. They got sandbags in front of the courthouses.
Yeah. And
courthouses are closed though.
Yeah. But when you start to see something like that, you think about the movies and everything. Like they put sandbags in front of these places, and the next thing you'll see is like we talked about the National Guards in front of them.
Yeah. Possibility.
You know, and I understand New York is grieving because this is what happened to someone in our city before, but this ain't the way we go about doing it. Like burning police cars and all this other stuff. This is going to start a riot, or blown out riot, which is going to be crazy. So on that note, we're going to take a quick one.
Yeah, we take a quick break.
Take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to still try to get my boy, the voice of Harlem, in here, and we'll talk to you real soon. Ed, it's on you.
Black is back. Black is back. Black is back.
You checking out the sounds of DJ Crazy Ed.
Black, the dominant shade, I'm an upgrade. A hip-hop musician, so listen as I get paid. See, just rips the cut with the dope. Still can't afford if I can't sample a dope noise show. No, I know the ledge over the edge. I won't fall. This rhyme was designed for the final ball. We got to struggle and fight against apartheid. Who are these people telling us we're the living die? I'm sorry to say, but one day we are gonna die. I don't know about you, but I'm here and I'm gonna try to make the black man understand that we can get the program back in our hands for motherland. You see, it's gonna be hard, but I'm God. I got the proof, the truth, and now it's time to get loose. Spreading my wisdom, educate the people. Forget these divine evils, just leave them a hell alone. Your telephone down some positive brothers so they can join in and come along. Peace, unleash the Lord, minister Farrakhan for preaching and teaching the truth to the deaf and blind. With negative brothers, you know Shabazz don't bother. Most brothers strive, but I strive harder. These are actual facts, the dominant black and white and exact. I came to tell you, my brother, black is back. Concerning the black is back. Concerning the black is back. Concerning the black is back.
proud.
You checking out the sounds of DJ Crazy Ed.
Black and proud.
Can't stop the bum rush.
Blessed with the talented format. I'm kicking the earth like a doormat. The more I grow, the more I understand. And I don't really care about a grafted man, cause he wants to mold me, shape and carve me. But I use my mind like Marcus Garvey. Dr. King was a man with a new faith. They got rid of him, that was the last day. Crew was Klux, the man of a clan. Called to crucify the intelligent black man. Honor is African to die as a dweller. Reach out to teach like Nelson Mandela. Power for all my people. The rebels back and the brothers are equal. So let's unite so we can all resist him. Black, the shade of the solar system. Freedom of speech, I scream it loud. Proud to be black, cause black I'm proud.
Crazy. Some people say we got a lot of malice. Some say it's a lot of nerve. But I say we won't quit moving until we get what we deserve. We've been buked and we've been scorned. We've been treated bad, talked about as sure as you born. Just as sure as it takes 2 eyes to make a pair. Brother, we can't quit until we get our share. Say it loud. Say it loud.
Hit me. There's not a minute to spare. Hit me. There's not a minute to spare. Hit me. There's not a minute to hit me. Hit me. Hit me. There's not a minute to spare. There's not a minute to spare. I dialed 911 a long time ago. Going gone. I dialed 911 a long time ago. Don't you see how late they reacting? They only come and they come when they wanna. So get the more trucking and bound the corner. They don't care cause they stay paid anyway. They treat you like an ace, they can't beat the trade. I know you stumble with no use people. If your life is on the line, then you're day to day. Latecomers with the latecomers stretcher, that's a body bag in disguise, y'all, I'll bet ya. I call them body snatchers cause they come to fetch you with an autopsy ambulance just to dissect ya. They are the kings cause they swing amputation. Lose your arms, your legs, and them is compilation. I can prove it till you watch the rotation. It all adds up to a fucking situation. So get up and get down. 911 is joking your town. Get up and get down. Late 911, where's the late crown? Get up and get down. 911 is joking your town. Get up and get down. Late 911, where's the late crown?
Yeah, you don't stop. You don't stop. BDP in the hell. You don't stop. Check it out. Yo, bust it. Yo, hold on. Let me give a shout out to some people. A Scholar Rock, and you don't stop. A Sammy B, and you don't stop. A Mr. C, and you don't stop. A Cool B, and you don't stop. Evil E, and you don't stop. A Easy Lee, and you don't stop. A DJ Scratch, and you don't stop. A Spinderella, and you don't stop. Jam Master J, and you don't stop. A PA Mace, and you don't stop. So yo, Chris, my mellow, my man, yo, get on the mic and do the best you can. The teacher comes to you in effect from a different style, a whole different sect. I inject force and intellect. When I hit the mic, suckers hit the deck. I come correct and practice what I preach. I don't pimp you or rule you, I teach. Come through the doors and slap up hordes, ordering them to put back on their drawers. Cause I run their pimp. When I leave, he leaves with a limp. Shrimp, I got the tartar sauce. Never underestimate the power of the force or the intellectual KRS-One. I don't think yet my job is done because I stand alone while others have to verify just why they are thought to be fly, making the public believe that they are way up in the sky, sort of like a rap super guy. But I, horrifying, terrified, a super duper rap guy because it's so
one and the same. Everyone came in the same chase, going with the same aim, brain game,
change to protect the innocent bystander, lot slander, and the master planner. Destroy the black male crack jail and semi-automatic and static if the crack fails. So since we all talk the same slang, stop killing my brother, cause we're all from the same gang.
Don't you know we got to put our hands together? Make the change, cause we're all in the same gang.
Now as a youth, I used to get my bang on, and on the app get my part-time slang on. Point of time for me was no joke though. They knew I was crazy, so they labeled me loco. Had these queens going out feeling sporty, low riding and tossing up a 40, thinking in my mind that no one can handle us. The Dallas brothers never touched Los Angeles. I found life was much more suitable, cause I'm the brother that makes black so beautiful. I ain't slipping her down with a head trip. I'm talking to all the bloods and all the crips. Throw down your brag and get on the right track, man. It's time to fight tonight and be a black man. Tone Locust on a positive change, cause remember we all in the same game.
Let me go a little something like this. Oh yeah. You know what? Naughty, naughty.
DJ Rasheen, let's get it.
And take it to the street.
Last night I saw you standing, and I started
DJ, please, pick up your phone on the request line.
Violators Unlimited Radio podcast show is looking for advertisers and sponsors. Promote your business, music, event, book, comedy, and more. Right here on our station. On iAccessRadio.com. For more info, call 347-708-0216.
Let's go, 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 let's go.
We back, we back, we back.
Yes. What's going on, fellas? Yes, this is definitely a topic that's going to be talked about for a while because our nation is hurting. Yeah. Not just our cities, our nation is hurting. You know, we're hurting in our inner cities, we're hurting in the United States, we're hurting all over this world of this racial bias mentality, I would say. You know, these are things that people are taught. I seen, I think it's on Facebook or one of those things. You know, you always see these little memes, a little something, and you see this black young boy, had to be like about 3 years old, 4 years old, and a white young boy, and they just went to each other and hugged each other and ran up the block together.
Yeah.
They wasn't taught no bias, no nothing
Right.
at that point in life. Let's see them 20 years from now and see if they still have that same camaraderie to hang out with each other and to break bread with each other.
Racism isn't taught. I mean, racism is taught.
You know, and we have to look at it and start teaching our kids and our people something different. You know, because there's not going to be a dominant race, really, in 2030. The world is going to be combined. That is going to be no average white person that's going to be pure of whiteness.
I think that's what they're scared of. But I mean, hey.
Well, won't they get on a boat and go back somewhere else now? Put them on a boat and send them somewhere else.
It's not even a lighter note. It's funny in a dark way. Did anybody see what happened to the black reporter in Minneapolis, Omar Jimenez,
yes.
from CNN?
Yes.
I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny. He was talking to the state police, and they were telling them, "Hey, we'll move, we'll go wherever you need us to go. This, that, and the third. Oh, we're here. We support you guys. Da da da." So then one of the state police, they holding. They started grabs him on his left arm while he's talking. He's not jostling him, but he's holding on to his left arm. He's still there talking into the microphone, and he says, "Well, I don't know what's going on right now. I think I'm about to get arrested." And then, sure enough, a state trooper comes over and says, "You're under arrest." So then, they don't rough him up, but they put his hands behind his back, they handcuff him, they walk him off. So I think it was like a 4-man camera crew. So the white guy who was the producer, he picks up the microphone, he says, I don't understand what's going on. They just arrested Omar. We showed our credentials. He talks. Then he says, "You know what? I think we're all about to get arrested."
But
sure enough.
But the funny thing is, they just arrested his crew.
Right.
Because not too far from that was the other
Another
Caucasian
crew
from CNN.
No. All 4 of them eventually got to watch the whole video. They all get arrested, and then you see the camera. When they arrest the cameraman, the sound man. First, they arrest the sound man first, so they take his backpack off of the sound equipment and they put it on the ground, right? So the sound gets disconnected from the camera, but the camera's still recording and going live to the studio. Then you see the camera get picked up, but if you look at the booth, you can tell it's one of the state troopers, and they say, in the studio, they said, well, the whole crew's been arrested, and I guess the police don't know that the camera's still recording and it's showing live, and then you see them walk around the camera, put the camera down, pick the camera back up. It's like, yo. But ultimately, the governor of Minnesota had them released and issued an apology, and the state police can't give a reason why that camera crew was detained.
And when you had a conversation with him, he mentioned that while he was talking to the officer, he said the officer said, "I'm just doing what they told me to do." Someone told him to arrest him. So it wasn't that he said, "I'm just doing what they told me to do. They said for me to arrest you." So understand that. So it wasn't that he just did it on his own. Someone told him to arrest him.
No doubt, yeah.
And just like the senator in Brooklyn, the young senator in Brooklyn, he was arrested yesterday at the protest. He said this is the first time in his life he ever had handcuffs on him. He said, this never happened to me before. I've never been arrested in my life. I never had handcuffs. I never had people spray pepper spray in my face. And it said, and the only reason why they didn't charge me with anything, because when I showed my credentials, they let me go. So and he's a senator, a U.S. senator.
All that shit could have been avoided. Should have just showed his credential from the front.
Well, that's like saying, hold up, don't shoot me, let me get my wallet.
No,
you get shot for reaching for the wallet.
You don't know that he's a reporter. He's fucking talking on a microphone, reporting shit. He's being kind to them.
They're talking about the senator.
No, we're talking about the senator in New York now.
Well, even with the camera person, they already know he's a camera person. They doing it. That was ordered for him to be done.
Right.
They already know who he was doing. Because no doubt, I know they had to have every camera person I see. They have a little something on the side of the camera say where they from.
No, but not only that, the whole camera crew, while they were recording before they got arrested, they all showed their credentials.
Right.
They all showed it. That was actually broadcasted.
That actually said that you're correct. They actually said that we showed our credentials, and when they said. We told them wherever you want us to be at, we'll move to be there.
Correct.
So they did show their credentials. The camera people showed their credentials, and they still got arrested. Now the senator in Brooklyn, he said he didn't show his credentials, but the fact until they found out who he was still treated like he was a derelict, like he was just a young kid from Brooklyn acting out in the street. Because even the news reporter, the anchor woman this morning was trying to bait him and say, "Oh, did you get aggressive?" And that's why they arrested you. He said, "No, I didn't do nothing that was wrong." And then that's when he said, "I didn't do nothing that was wrong, but there probably was people in the crowd that was doing other things that was not called for. So I'm not condoning that, but for me per se and the person that was with me, that was another senator, another congressman, both got arrested that didn't do nothing wrong." So even with your credentials, even with you being a U.S. senator, you still, because of your color, of your skin, you still got arrested.
But that's what I said earlier. It don't matter how much money you make or whatever your status is in this country, they will remind you in a heartbeat that you are a person of color. He got arrested because he was a person of color in the wrong place at the wrong time. Period.
Yeah.
But it was actually the right time and the right place. He just
well, yeah. But just you're right.
Yeah, you know what, D? You correct. Like Dave said, you correct about that, because the fact of that, like these senators and everybody think they on their high horses, and that you could get touched too. That's now that you need to be in the trenches with your people that voted you into office, and be by their side and show them how to unite together and organize stuff that be correct. You know, if he's seen what was wrong out there, now you go back and say, "Oh, we're gonna do this again, but it's gonna be more organized." You know, so don't let that be a deterrent.
Correct.
To do something, let it be something that you say, oh, you need to work on this. You know, like the kids, and talk to these children in their language. You know, we can't come in and start saying you need to do this. Talk to them in their language for them to understand, and ask them what they need for us to help them. Because
if you notice in New York, we have a lot of young up and coming senators and assemblymen and everybody else.
Yeah.
Right.
Color.
Right.
So we just need them to just band together as one and let everybody understand this is the new team coming up.
Yeah.
The new kids on the block.
Yeah, listen, you know what? And I want to give a big shout out to Jamani Williams from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know how disturbed he was about that situation that happened to the bird watcher in the park. That he was, you know, he already has a disability, and for him to stand so strong and be so passionate about his community and everything that he goes through physically and mentally, and still be there on the front lines for us. I think that he has to be recognized and noticed about this. So listen, yo, D, you know, we got the next vibrant show coming in right behind us, and I know they're gonna be talking about some good stuff going on. So we're gonna have to bring it short now. So can you take us out?
Take us out.
Of course. First, we just want to say thank you to everybody that's been watching and tuning in with us. We love you all, as always. Thank you for being part of the Violators Unlimited radio show, because you already know how we are. We are a brotherhood. And we love you all. So you know what we do. Love more, hate less. If nobody didn't tell you this today, let us be the first on 3. 1, 2, 3.
We love you. Yeah. Shout out to my chat room. Big shout.
We out next week, y'all.
Next week, y'all. I might be DJing from home.
So check this out. Violators Unlimited Radio Podcast Show. Every Saturday. 3 to 5 p.m. with your Violators Unlimited